This episode of Capes and Lunatics Sidekicks is brought to you by Tweaked Audio. To get awesome headphones, go to tweakedaudio.com and use the coupon code Southgate to get 30% off, free shipping, and a lifetime warranty. Or you can get there through the link on our website, southgatemediagroup.com.
What about our Quasar podcast, The Quantum Zone?
What about our Quasar podcast?
Wait, there we go.
Wendell, first Earthly and ever appointed protector of the universe. Bonded to the energy-transforming quantum bands that are both weapons and symbols of his station, he fights an ongoing battle to defend all life in the universe from cosmic evil as Quasar.
I don't know if we're going to leave those bloopers in or not. If I can separate them, I'm going to make a blooper reel at the end. Anyway, welcome to the Quantum Zone, episode 53. First episode of year 2, season 2.
Wow. Yeah, that's right.
I am Phil, and joining me as always, master of the Quantum Zone.
I am Will. Hey, everyone.
But not puppies.
Not puppies. Oh, God. He's killing me. He's killing me.
Tomorrow, master of the con is
Matt Kana. That's me. I'm Matt.
Kana.
Yeah. Oh yeah. But if you're watching this on YouTube live, come see me in Boxborough, Massachusetts at the Comic-Con. But maybe you saw me there and you heard about the podcast from me. That'd be cool.
He'll tell you.
Hi everyone.
Buy him a comic and he'll tell you a joke.
Yes. Buy me a comic that I choose, and I will tell a joke that you choose.
Oh, okay. Just
I don't know how that works. Now, whatever. I'll do it. I'll do whatever.
All right. So, like I was saying, we have plenty in the news today before we even get to our new issue. Well, not new issue, but new to the podcast.
New to the podcast.
But yeah, no. All right, here. Maybe I'll pull it up so I can actually read it. But yeah, I saw this last night. They announced in June they're coming out with the new Guardians of the Galaxy annual. You guys remember I was telling you about Guardians of the Galaxy #1, like all the cosmic figures gathered, after the death of Thanos, and just about everyone. Well, here, it summarizes. This is from Newsarama by Chris Arant. In January's Guardians of the Galaxy #1, the Black Order created a black hole which sucked many of Marvel's cosmic heroes out into the unknown, with those who escaped its pull banding together as the new Guardians. But in June, Cosmo the Space Dog will reveal what happened to some of those black-holed heroes.
I don't know if I like the phraseology there.
Black hole sun. According to Guardians writer Donny Cates, Guardians of the Galaxy Annual 1 answers that question with the fates of Nova, Quasar, Adam Warlock, and Darkhawk specifically. So, yeah, they mentioned he was name dropped specifically.
Specifically,
mm-hmm.
I would like somebody to explain to me how he took off the quantum bands and gave them to Avril when you can't take them off till you die, and then is now back wearing them. Why did he take them off in the first place? Do we just going to ignore all that and forget about it?
I don't. Well, the only thing I can. Well, besides the whole Cancerverse stuff, the other thing I can think of is he gave it to her in that whole Pleasant Hill thing. And weren't a lot of the people like brainwashed or transformed by a cosmic cube? Is it possible that that little girl who was actually a cosmic cube could do it?
Potentially, but I don't know. I guess
does the cosmic cube have the power to override the bands, or
is it bending reality? Is it bending reality and what we know to be?
It was changing the people,
I don't know,
because if it altered Wendell and made him, not Wendell, would that negate the?
I don't know. Because I always thought the quantum bands were up there with, power level, like under the Infinity Gauntlet, because they can't really change reality, but they have infinite power. So, I don't know.
I know, like I said, after last time he wore them, unless he's found the way to, like, turn off that genetic lock off, I don't know.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, no matter what, then, I guess in June we're going to get a new Wendell Vaughn and others, all those other guys' story.
That's true, which is great. I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be awesome.
Yeah. So, hey, Donny Cates, Maybe you can tell us. Oh man, shit! It just hit me. Maybe I'll reach out to him and be like, "Hey, we do a Quasar podcast. Can we talk to you about that annual when it comes out?"
Yeah. Definitely. That would be awesome.
Although I'm sure there's not like 50 million other people trying to get interviews with him.
Yeah.
Because I swear he writes like half of Marvel's books right now.
We would probably be the only ones asking him that question, though.
Yeah, we would.
Oh yeah, that's probably our only hope. People are like, okay, so you're the guys asking me about Quasar. Sure.
Yeah. Why not?
Please, Donny Cates, Soshin must know. But speaking of Soshin, I did see this today, but Soshin posted it in our Facebook group because he's holding out hope that this means good news for Wendell Vaughn appearing in the MCU. Did you see James Gunn? James Gunn is Disney rehired him to do Guardians of the Galaxy 3 after he's done with Suicide Squad 2.
I did not know that. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, Gunn's going to be back after he's done with Suicide Squad 2.
Very cool.
See, that's what happens. The cast really put their foot down. I mean, Drax is wrestling at WrestleMania, so he's threatened to leave the universe at all and go back to the WWE universe. So.
That's what I was telling some of the others on the podcast. I was like, oh yeah, I'm like Drax's protest work. I'm like he took ass and kicked names. So Soshin's holding out hope that means good news for Wendell appearing. Hopefully,
that would be cool.
Hopefully Nova too. I mean, the Marvel, aren't they kind of aiming toward a lot of the Marvel Cosmic now? I mean,
guess. I mean, with if we're gonna get a Guardians of the Galaxy 3, we got Captain Marvel, which had. I mean, I know you didn't see it, Will, but I mean, the Kree and Skrulls were a big part of that. So,
and a giant opening. There's got to be a Captain Marvel too. I mean, duh.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, we were sitting here. Matt, me, and Will checked. Well, Alexa checked for me. Worldwide right now, in 1 week, Captain Marvel's made like $575 million worldwide. Wow, 1 week. So I think it's safe to say there's gonna be a 2.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I said, we got the Skrulls now. We got Kree. I wonder if we're gonna get like a Kree Skrull war or something.
Oh yeah, the Box Office Mojo still has it at the numbers that Alexa gave you. So
yeah, well, that was as of yesterday. So I wonder if they probably won't update it till the end of the day today, probably.
Yeah.
It's the second Friday night, so it'll be big.
Well, made that in 1 week. So I mean, if it can stay strong, for another week, they might hit $1 billion by the end of next week.
Wow.
Yeah. And then what? Avengers Endgame is that's the next thing on the list. Go ahead. Sorry.
No, that's no good. We're segueing. We're segueing nice into each thing here. So we use Soshin for the segue. Now we'll use Avengers Endgame. Yeah. Matt? Did you see the new trailer?
No, I didn't see the trailer, but I usually try to avoid I'll watch the first trailer when it comes out. And then, which is usually way before the movie does, and then I'll try to stay away, so everything is as new as possible.
I think they're being pretty coy about what they reveal, because I watched an analysis of kind of the timeline of the show, of the movie, and it seems like most of the stuff that they've revealed so far is the guess of the person who did the analysis was like, I bet you this is all in the first hour of the movie. Yeah,
that's what I saw too. People were speculating it might only be the first half hour, which is interesting because a lot of stuff must happen. They're saying they're saying this might be a 3-hour movie, and they're only showing you stuff in the first half hour.
Exactly.
Yeah. Oh man,
lots of spoilery things.
Yeah,
it is. There's an interaction in there at the end. I won't spoil it for Matt since he's not seen it.
Thanks.
That I really liked. That makes me want to see Captain Marvel even more. I need to get on that.
With Captain Marvel with one of the Avengers, yes.
Yes.
So do you have plans to see it, or when you? I know. I guess you're busy with the puppy. I missed the beginning chat part.
Yeah.
Please, what, Captain Marvel or Endgame?
Yeah, I'm definitely going to see Endgame, but I want to try to get out this weekend and go see Captain Marvel. I was hoping last weekend, but it just didn't happen. So.
Yeah. I cannot wait. It's like still over a month. Darn it.
Hey, but over a month. When do we hit Cosmos? Is that May?
May.
May. So, okay. So, yeah, lots of good things to look forward to.
Yes! Lots of cosmic, yes.
Lots of good cosmic stuff.
So, should we get to the issue?
Yes.
I think so.
Speaking of cosmic things, yes.
All right, so again, we're starting the 6-part collection obsession from Avengers. Part 1 from Avengers 334, picking continue our Avengers run, like we said, until we hit Cosmos. So, like I said, Avengers 334. Oh, I wonder who the villain is.
I wonder.
Thane Ector. Right on the cover. It's our new villain. Avengers 334 from July 1991, and the credits aren't on the first page, so we see a ship coming in for like a crash landing on the moon, specifically the blue area of the moon.
Who lives there?
Oh yeah, we've already covered that on this podcast. Well, the Watcher, but also at this point, I believe the Inhumans, right?
Built by the Kree. I wonder what they've been up to recently in like the Marvel Cinematic Universe or something. I don't know.
I don't know.
Matt, do you know? I don't know.
Ask Matt. All right, it's like we said, a ship's coming in for a crash landing on the blue area of the moon. As it says, it is called the blue area of the moon. Long ago, it was imbued with the means to sustain life, becoming the only area of the bleak lunar surface blessed with an atmosphere. Today, hurtling from the deepest regions of space, a blazing object pierces that pocket of life. And those hardy souls who have made the blue area their home look up to see the fiery entry of this strange comet. They hear the mighty roar of its tortured entry, and they shudder. For were not such sights always spoken of in long ago days, of portents of doom and harbingers of tragedy? But surely, they say, that is foolish folklore, the whispered, frightened tales from simpler times, now best forgotten. Perhaps not. For who is to say, even in this jaded age, with absolute certainty, that doom cannot ride the tail of fire and fury? Yeah, after he got hit with the cupcake.
Yeah, exactly. That's totally where my mind went to.
No, don't worry, people. We're cupcake free.
Yeah.
All right, turn the page, and we get our title, First Encounter. Bob Harris story, Andy Kubert pencils, Tom Palmer inks, John Costanza letterers, Christy Shealy colors, Howard Mackey editor, and Tom DeFalco editor-in-chief. Because we see Quicksilver and a bunch of the Inhumans, including Karnak and a snazzy cape. Which I don't remember him having before, but okay.
Not Johnny Carson as Karnak.
True.
Yes, sir.
You are correct, sir.
And we see Karnak. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. Behold, Quicksilver. It still glows even hours after impact. And Quicksilver says, yes, Karnak. Long distance scans reveal no radiation. It should be safe to approach, whatever it is. Then we see who is that? Was that one of the elf? Who's the guy that's the Alpha Primitive. Yeah. Says it be no good, masters. It frightens me. And then we see Timberus say, Quicksilver, with your looks like a walking tree. No, not Groot. It's more like a person, just with like leaves on a couple branches. Yeah,
like a kid in a school play. Leaves on them.
Yeah, it's mostly like leaves instead of hair and a couple branches. Says, Quicksilver, with your fantastic speed, you can approach the site within seconds and accomplish Black Bolt's mandate of exploration yourself. And Quicksilver, being an Avengers taught me that only a fool ventures into the unknown alone. Surely you wouldn't want any harm to come to me now, would you, Timberus? Isn't Quicksilver like the... I don't know. Isn't he the rash one usually?
Yeah. Kind of goes with the speedster power set.
I surely wouldn't want any harm to come to me. Of course not, good Pietro. Don't call me Shirley. The thought of harm coming to any member of the royal family fills me with the appropriate dread. And we see the Alpha Primitive Masters. We will pass near the home of the Watcher. That is bad. We always stay away from there. I tell you, this comet brings evil. Bad evil. As opposed to good evil.
I thought, yeah.
Yeah.
Or even nice evil, or,
I was gonna say, oh, what if they ran into the Red Ghost, but no, Quasar carted them off.
Yeah.
And Timbrus says, charming, just what we need. The blathering of a genetically inferior mind makes one doubt the wisdom of Black Bolt's liberal policies with these alpha primitives. Enough, Timbrus, Karnak says, or have you forgotten your own pardon at Black Bolt's hand? The primitive is right. It is always wise to avoid the Watcher and his enigmatic ways. But a mystery awaits to be unlocked. Come. And Quicksilver says, in a moment. Then he gets in Timbrus's face. As for you, Timbrus, as a warning, if your genetically superior mouth ever belittles the alpha primitive again, I shall gladly strip your bark and make kindling of you. Have I made myself clear? And he says, of course, Pietro, forgive my insensitivities. And as Quicksilver walks away, Timbrus goes, mutant pig. And the alpha primitive, no good, I say, no good will come of this journey. And now, again, why are they like, oh, we have to avoid the Watcher? Doesn't the Watcher usually avoid people?
Or move them out?
Yeah.
He's a freak. He just likes to watch. Then they see the ship, and Karnak says, sacred genes of Agon. Do you see, brothers? Do you see? And Quicksilver, calm yourself, Karnak. How can we not? It is incredible, Pietro, a star vessel of immense dimensions. Yet it is unlike any we've ever seen. It is not Kree, not Skrull, but something wonderfully new. And Timbrus says, now that we know what it is, shouldn't we go back and report to Black Bolt? Quicksilver says, not yet. There may be survivors. Still, I think the Avengers might be interested in something in this magnitude, as he pulls out his communicard. But then we see a shield go up with a fzat. He says, by Maximus the Mad, what's happened? Where's that Timbrus? Because Quicksilver says a force field. Obviously, Timbrus. Avi. One that traps us with that wrecked vessel, as well as blocks my Avengers priority beam. Karnak, this does not bode well, perhaps. And the Alpha Primitive just holds his hand out for... Oh, no, he holds out his hand and says, Master Pietro, look! As we see a group come out of the ship. And we see... So, there are living beings on this dust bowl of a world after all. That is good. For each new planet fall must be sanctified with native blood.
Close up of the eyes, looking real mean.
His blue eyes and his blue skin.
Yeah.
He's named Ektar, but we'll get to that in a moment. But meanwhile, on Earth, New York's fashionable Upper East Side, site of the newly restored Avengers Mansion, where a small contingent of Earth's mightiest heroes are engaged in an early morning's workout, cleaning up the cupcakes off the floor. We see Black Widow, Captain America, Hercules, and Rage in the gym. And Black Widow's on the parallel bars, Cap's on the rings, and Hercules is helping Rage bench press. Cap saying, Hercules, are you sure Rage can handle that much weight? And I'm like, wait a minute, it's just like an ordinary barbell. It's like, shouldn't Rage be able to lift whatever they put on there?
Yeah, like, maybe it's super dense or something. I don't know. Because he's like...
Are they like adamantium or vibranium on there?
You don't know what his workout was yesterday. He could have done arms 2 days in a row. So, you know.
You know how many cupcakes I had to sweep out of here yesterday?
That's right.
Hercules says, be at ease, Captain America. The youth is strong, although he does not approach that of the Prince of Power. And Rage says, I don't know, Herc, you're really pushing it. And Hercules, and I will ever be at his side if a mishap should occur. And he says, come now, where is your spirit, your mettle? Nothing will happen. I am with thee. But then Cersei walks in. She says, hello, teammates. Working out, everyone getting their endorphin fix? Delightful, but these packages are enough stress for me. So, of course, the minute she walks in with a costume, I swear, smaller than usual, Hercules says, then, lovely Cersei, let me aid you. And Rage is like, Herc? Herc, baby, Mr. Hercules, Herkster, as he drops the barbell. It's like, kalang. And gets up and puts his hand on Hercules' shoulder. Hey, you were supposed to be spotting me, buddy. And Hercules, yes, lad, but the lovely Cersei didst need my attention.
So Rage may have just invented a new workout move, the clean and Herc.
Ah, nice. He said, I'll ditch you right up, and Cap jumps in the middle and says, okay, guys, ease up. And he says, Hercules, you know better than to. Then he, Peggy Carter, looking much younger than we've seen her.
Yes.
Comes up on the screen and he says, Peggy, and she says, Cap, we received a transmit from Quicksilver that abruptly ended a microsecond later. We can't raise his signal. So they got from the moon, they got a microsecond signal.
It could have been a butt dial. Why are
exactly.
they so concerned?
Exactly.
Also, I think it's funny that that Cap was about to lecture Hercules about turning away from his teammate for the attention of a lady, and then he's interrupted by Peggy Carter, and he stops. Just talks.
Peggy Carter with a hell of a facelift.
Yeah.
Yeah, you said it was a butt down. Maybe they tried calling back, and one of the,
True.
Maybe one of those aliens off the ship was like, new phone, who dis? And Cap says, Pietro, he was on the moon visiting his daughter. Let's contact Adelan, see what they know. And Hercules says, that may be premature, Captain. It doth appear the Inhumans are contacting us as... Cap says, Crystal, as she appears teleported by Lockjaw. Crystal says, thank Argon, Lockjaw, we made it. And later, at a hastily called staff meeting, including everyone we've seen, plus our boy Quasar, since Pietro and the others vanished behind the field, Crystal says, we Inhumans have tried to pierce the barrier. Only Lockjaw could teleport through, but no one could travel with him. We were blocked. And Crystal says, now the more sensitive among us are beginning to feel a great concern emanating from the Watcher. He hasn't shown himself, but still we feel his interest. And that frightens us. If the Watcher is alarmed, then what are Karnak and Pietro facing in there? What? And Rage says, Rover here looks pretty beat, lady. And she says, yes, poor thing, phasing through exhausted him. He barely had enough strength to make this jump to Earth. Couple milk bones, he'll be fine. Cap says, Crystal, you look exhausted yourself. Jarvis, could ready you a room? And she says, no thank you, Captain America. All I ask is your help. And Quasar chiming in says, why not the FF, pretty lady? After all, you used to be a member. Yeah,
and their building is so nice. They have a great security team on one of the floors below.
That Reed Richards just loved to jump in and take charge.
That's right.
And Crystal says, I prefer not to bother Johnny Storm and his family for personal reasons, Quasar. Besides, I thought Pietro's sister Wanda would be here. And Cap says, the Scarlet Witch is a member of our West Coast contingent. Now, Crystal, you just missed her by an issue. She was here with the cupcakes last week.
Yeah. He looks so mad when he's saying this. He's like, Haken's confused with Avengers West Coast.
In the last year, and how many times I've had to go into space? I grew up in the Depression. What do I know about space alien? But yeah, the Scarlet Witch is a member of our West Coast contingent now, Crystal. We'll inform her of what happened. As for help, you didn't have to ask. Pietro is an Avenger. And Avengers take care of their own. And the next thing we see is a Quinjet coming in to land on the moon. As Black Widow's saying, you seem pensive, Cap. Worried what we might find on the moon? And he says, can't hide much from you, eh, Natasha? It's the Watcher. If that mysterious being is involved, there's no telling what we may be facing. I just pray the team's up to it. And
this is where Quasar should say, oh, hey, I
Hey, thanks for bringing me this time.
Yeah, but thanks for letting me ride in the Quinjet, even though I could have gotten here like in 2 seconds. But I just hung out with the Watchers 5 issues ago in my own book. So
I just saved like 1 billion of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Rage is saying, I don't believe I'm going to the moon. I tell you, Quasar, this Avengers stuff ain't bad. You guys fly off to outer space just like you were strolling over to Mickey D's. It seems so strange, Vision, Crystal says. When last we met, we were family. You married to Wanda and I to Pietro. And now both marriages begun with such joy and hope seem so irrevocably ended. And Vision, ever the consoling, says,
Statistically.
Statistically.
This is one of my favorite.
Who am I, Mike Tyson? Statistically. Statistically.
It's one of my favorite little rants, but sorry, go on.
Come on, Code. I'm trying to say statistically.
I know, you got it. You got it.
Statistically speaking, the chances for a lifetime marriage between a synthezoid and a mutant are equally as low as that of an inhuman and a mutant. Interpersonal variables due to societal differences magnified by the internal pressures of being an Avenger present a further reduction in success rates. Yeah, simple.
Yeah.
She says, yes, maybe. I just think it's sad. And shortly, on the surface of the moon, the royal family of the Inhumans bid you welcome, Avengers. It has been too long since last we met. It's Medusa. Although we wish your visit could have come under happier circumstances.
And her outfit looks significantly smaller than it normally does as well.
Yeah, I think, who drew this? Kubert?
Andy Kubert, yeah.
Yeah. I think he likes those shorter outfits.
Yeah. And younger Peggy's.
And younger Peggy's.
Yeah, she was in war. She was in the war 50 years ago. Yeah, of course she can still look 30. And Cap says, Medusa, is there any word? And she says, no. Although we are preparing one last rescue attempt, I suggest we seek some shelter. For to be too near the unfettered electron might of Black Bolt and the thunderous hooves of Gorgon can only tempt the fates themselves, as we see Gorgon kicking the dome, and the Black Bolt's trying to blast it with that tuning fork on his head. Did he scream at it yet?
You would think he would, but whatever.
It's like everyone get like a couple miles away. Yeah, Black Bolt's gonna scream at. Then we see who's. It's hard to tell under the dome. Which Avenger's saying, "Whoa, that's some light show the quiet guy puts on." Just hope this shield it is Quasar. I just hope this shield I put up can handle all this flaring energy. And Hercules, but do you feel the ground fair bids to buckle neath our feet? Truly these Inhumans possess power undreamt of, even in far-off Olympus. And Quasar, you said a mouthful, Herc. He says, 'tis my specialty. But look yonder, Quasar, the noble Black Bolt has failed. The barrier holds fast. And Medusa saying, my beloved, I see the despair in your eyes. I sense the pain in your heart. I know our TV show sucked, but no. We have tried our best, my husband, and yet the fate of our cousins remains a mystery. Now you must rest and let Quicksilver's allies examine the field. For if anyone can help us, it is the Avengers. And Cap says, is the lady's faith in us justified, Quasar? And he says, maybe, Cap, with the Vision's help. Vision, indeed, if I am able to discern the field's energy pattern, then by utilizing Quasar's powers to reverse the configuration should result in the barrier's collapse. And Cap says, you up to it, Quasar? And he says, hey, Cap, as a friend of mine says, it is my specialty. Okay, so they're going to do this. I guess they want everyone to go in, but I'm like, couldn't Quasar quantum jump them in? Even if he doesn't want to quantum jump in an atmosphere, couldn't he bubble everyone up, take them out of the blue area so you're in a vacuum, and then quantum jump into the...
I would think so. But
I mean, it might cause an explosion in the field, but hey. Not even suggests it,
Yeah.
And I guess it's Cap saying, good, just make it quick, Quasar. There's no telling what's happening to Quicksilver in there. And hey, look, looks like he's been being beaten by Thane Ector. As he's holding Quicksilver by the hair. He says, tell me, creature, what solar system is this? Where has our long imprisonment ended? Answer me, or you shall surely die at the hands of Thane Ector. And Quicksilver says, then you best kill me, Ector, because an Avenger does not give in to torture. And the lady who we learn is named Sybil Dorn says, he'll not break my lord despite all our efforts. This one is made of sterner stuff indeed. He could be one of us. And Thane Ector throws Quicksilver to the ground and says, this mockery of a warrior is one of the brethren? Are you joking, Sybil Dorn? His genes are not fit for preserving. So, basically, he's like, muty scum.
Yeah, I mean,
And in a couple issues, we're going to learn the origins of this guy, of this race. And, they don't be throwing stones from your glass house.
Yeah.
And the Alpha Primitive says, Master Karnak, is he? And Karnak says, alive, yes. He's stalling for time, hoping that deliverance will come. But in truth, I do not know from what madness we are to be delivered.
Oh, you don't have any banjo music to play?
Oh, deliverance. Sorry. I guess I do. I actually do.
It's okay. I don't know.
If it'll put you at ease, Matt Kona.
I would appreciate a very obscure reference. The people are like, "What banjos?"
It puts them in the. It puts them in the mood, people.
That 19.
There we go.
There you go. Dueling.
But in truth, I do not know from what madness we are to be delivered. Squeal like a pig, Quicksilver.
Quicksilver does have a purty mouth. I'll say that.
Oh wait, is Matt Kona advertising on his coffee mug there?
No. This is a reference to a fallen comedian and podcaster, Stephen Brody Stevens.
Oh, cool.
Born in 1970. Look him up on YouTube. He's a funny guy. Once wore a Captain America t-shirt on a TV, so that's the connection to comic books. Anyway, drinking some green tea for Brody.
Hey, I'm drinking green. Drinking green tea too.
Nice. And what about you, Will? What's the problem?
I need some water. I don't have it right now, but whatever.
Okay.
The puppy chewed through that too.
Probably.
All right, so we see Thane Ector walk away, and he's talking to his people. I should have killed the silver hair. The brethren are anxious and tense since our victory. A good sacrifice would have soothed them. My fool? Because just like that, just like the whole our whole Tetrarch storyline, the villain has a little sidekick,
Yeah.
Looks like almost like a demon or something. He says,
like an orc.
There you go. He says, good Thane, but there's much to learn of this new world before all of that. Practicality before religion. For now, let the brethren celebrate our triumph from imprisonment with drink and song. The god will be appeased soon enough, for there will be slaughter aplenty to come indeed. And, some nameless guy in a uniform. My lord, the force field holds strong. 'Tis a wondrous device, this. And Thane Ector, our keeper, had many things of marvel aboard that cursed ship.
Marvel, huh? Marvel.
Should have seen how many long boxes he had.
Yeah.
But their keeper, stay tuned. A cosmic figure known to fans of Marvel. Charlie Esser, stay tuned. Our keeper had many things of Marvel aboard that cursed ship, as he learned to his peril. They were being kept by a keeper on a ship. But the fool says, we are in peril now if we do not learn our location. The lady Sybil was right. The silver hair will not break, but there is one who surely will. Again, don't call me Shirley. The wood creature who sits in sullen silence seeks to hide his fear, but your fool sees all. With the smallest of pressure, he will snap like the weakest of twigs, I say. And Thane Ector says, then bring him to me, my good fool, and we'll see if sap or blood runs neath that birchen shell. And meanwhile, outside the barrier, again, we see Quasar, Cap, Viz figured out the field design. With Cersei's psionic power at my side, I figure we're as good as in. And she says, I'm ready, Quasar. He says, okay, let's do it in style, as he fires the bands at the field, and she's doing her thing. She says, Quasar, I do everything in style. Okay. And then we see Thane Ector torturing Timberus, he says, is this desolate world worth conquering? And Timberus is like, conquer? He says, if I tell you what's in it for me. And Thane Ector says, you dare to barter with Thane Ector, insolent freak. And we see a snap. And
is he breaking his hair twigs off?
Something, because Timberus is going, arg! And he says, this pitiful world is nothing, but we orbit one called Earth. And Karnak says, Timberus, no! And Sybil Dorn says, Earth, can fortune favor us so? And as Thane Ector says, the world a whispered legend? Think of it, to subjugate the world that first defeated Galactus. Such a feat would redeem the dark years. Fortune does not merely favor us, my lady. Like a blazing beacon, it shows us our destiny. Our new homeworld awaits, ripe for the plucking. And again, Nameless Soldier, my lord, the field is buckling. We are under attack. The field matrices are failing. The barrier is undergoing a sustained energy bombardment that we cannot compensate. And we will hold as long as we can, my lord. And Thane Ector, at last, the people of this world show their mettle. And let the field fail, then we'll come out to exterminate those in our path. And Karnak saying, Pietro? And Quicksilver starts running. No, you'll kill no one, Ector. And Thane Ector, you move quickly, Terran. But Thane Ector has been bred to be the most perfect of the brethren in power, endurance. And then he, as he's punching Quicksilver with a pow, the brethren in power, endurance, and speed. Thus is a Thane created Silverhair to lead his warrior race through Hades and back. Once my people were feared throughout the cosmos. As I kill you, know that time has come again. And the Alpha Primitive says, Master Pietro, no! And Quicksilver says, Elfin, for the love of Agon, stay back. And Thane Ector, your fool's loyalty is impressive, Quicksilver, but he interrupted a Thane of the Brethren. Learn now the price of my displeasure. And we see, arg! What did he do? He
sort of grabbed him by the head in the panel before and threw him back? I don't know.
Yeah, it's
unless he ripped his head off, maybe off screen.
Or did he crush his head or break his neck? Something. Yeah, you really don't see because we see him, he grabs his head and then kind of like Thane Ector's hand goes up, so I don't know if you really don't see the body. But he says, native blood has been spilt. Not the first blood I intended. True, but tradition has been accorded its due, leaving your death simply one of many in our conquest of Earth. And then we hear, Lord Ector, the field, it has failed. Aye, and what wonderment is revealed to us? Could these costume fools be warriors? As we see the Avengers and the Inhumans come in, and looks like Gorgon has changed facial hair. Looking more Kona. And then, destroy them, my brethren. Their gaudy colors offend me.
Has Cap smiled this issue at all? I mean, he's just grrr.
Things are grim, Will. Why would he smile?
I don't know.
Destroy the cosmic one with the glowing bracelets and the changing costume. I don't know if it's changed that much, but it looks different than it's supposed to look in this issue. Doesn't it?
What, the bands? Or
no, the Quasar's costume, like that.
It looks very red.
That first
very red.
Yeah, like it's all red except for the cape, and then they got the insignia on the front. So everyone starts fighting. Cap says, "Move it, Avengers! As ever, the Inhumans are at your side." Captain Triton says, and Black Widow, perhaps you were right to be worried, Cap. See, he's worried, Will. And Cap, tell me about it, Widow. Tell me about it. She's like, I am. And we see Thane Ector and Sybil Dorn standing there. Come, we must join the fray. And the fool says, Master, calm yourself. Despite your enthusiasm, this is not the place for battle. You heard the wooden man. The blue world of Earth is where the brethren should make their stand. And Sybil Dorn, your fool is correct, beloved. We have achieved victory enough today in toppling our jailer. And jailer? We could not be. And even for the brethren, that is enough. And the fool says, here, my lord, the Elder's energy transmuter. With it, we can leave this place. And in the middle of the fight, we see Vision and Black Widow. Vision saying, interesting. And his word bubbles have changed. Interesting. I noted a change in our adversaries. The intensity of their attack has lessened. Black Widow, I sense it too, Vision, but they're still not pushovers. Not by a long shot. You see Thane Ector pushing buttons. To leave the battle goes against my very soul, but the Earth does await, and it will be ours. This Thane Ector, the brethren, swears. Then we see And Rage is like, hey, what happened? And Cap, gone, all of them, but where? I don't like the looks of this, Avengers. And Crystal's laying on the ground saying, hey, can someone help me up? And then shortly, is it Crystal saying, be still, Pietro, your wounds must be looked after. And Cap saying, Quicksilver, if you're up to it, can you remember anything that might tell us who these people are? And you saw yourself, Cap. They are a bloodthirsty warrior race who seem to thrive on inflicting pain. Several of them... Okay, and then in the second panel, all of a sudden, Quicksilver has pointy ears.
Very elvish. Very elvish.
Yeah. He's a mutant, not an inhuman, people. Several of them mentioned a long incarceration, Cap. That ship must have been their prison, and now they're free to take the Earth. Cap says, we need to know more. There must be answers on that ship. It seems a little exploration is called for. And then we see a voice say, beware, Captain America. That vessel is not the place for unwary mortals. Cap says, you, the Watcher. Uatu.
There we go. That's what we needed. Perfect.
and yeah, I know it's deep if the Watcher's actually speaking to them.
Yeah.
Quasar's like, really? You can speak now?
You just don't like me.
I saved $1 billion of you and you barely said 2 words to me. And the Watcher says, I will accompany you, but be warned, Avengers. You have witnessed the rebirth of a great threat to the universe. For the name of the Brethren, once spread unparalleled destruction on a cosmic level throughout the known universe. And I grieve to see that day return. And then, inside the wrecked ship... Sounds, Hercules says, 'tis a miracle that anyone survived this carnage. And Cap says, this all looks familiar, as if I'd been here before. Is that possible, Watcher? And
what if it was?
That's the other bit of news. Did you see on that new when Disney started their Disney Plus app?
Oh, yeah.
Their
the show?
What If animated series, yes. And I guess they're going to try to get the live action actors, if they use their characters in the show.
That's cool.
Oh, yeah. My fondness for your valiant race has led me to say too much already, Captain. I have assumed human proportions merely to watch. Such is my oath, such is my duty, the Watcher says. And Cersei, by the stars, look, inside this tank, a city, an entire miniaturized living ecosystem. And Quasar, here too, but dead as if blasted by war. Cap, this corridor is lined with these tanks, some thriving, others decimated. This place looks like a collection of creatures from all over the galaxy. And someone says, collection? And is that supposed to be Vision? Because it looks like the Watcher.
I think it's the Watcher.
Okay, but it's the Vision word bubble, yeah. So, Watcher or Vision, one of them says, of course it makes sense now. This is no mere prison ship. Oh, he calls him Cap, because I don't think the Watcher would call him Cap.
Yeah.
But I don't think the Vision calls him Cap either.
No.
I think that's the Watcher. He's got the sash.
Time is of the essence. I will call you by your nickname.
Yes.
He says, of course it makes sense now. This is no mere prison ship, Cap, and Thane Ector is no escaped inmate. Because Cap says, it certainly puts a different spin on things, Vision.
Okay.
Yeah. But if this is his ship, then where is our host? And we see him. Looks like he's in agony, just on his knees there, but
or just finished a guitar solo after a 2-hour-long concert.
Oh, is it Keith Richards? Looks old enough. Because the Watcher says, there, Captain, behold, the Collector, as his former playthings left him. And then Shudder. It says, and then Shudder, Avengers, for if Thane Ector can do this to an elder of the universe, what hope is there for the human race? Next issue, the reserves are called in as Thane Ector makes Earthfall.
Yikes.
And then we get, I guess it's like the Watcher's journal on that last page.
Yeah, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, it's says, I am called the Watcher. Since time immemorial, my race has dedicated itself to observing the wonders of this universe. Not a speck of dust falls that we do not see. Handy cleaning. Handy down cleaning. We have witnessed great glories, the birth of suns and the death of worlds. Many and varied are the life forms we have seen rise and fall throughout the millennia. But unique among the people of the galaxies is the race known simply as the Brethren. They first appeared from the deepest reaches of the galaxy over 200,000 Terran years ago. In vast warships, they prowled the starways like hungry wolves, making planetfall in the unsuspecting, ripe, greenwashed worlds. They are people of war, thriving on battle and conquest. It is hunger that burns within them, a hunger that is never satiated despite the destruction they leave in their wake. Civilizations of glory were cut down in their prime by the Brethren, who plundered more advanced worlds for their technology and knowledge, but never their people. For the Brethren consider all races beneath them, deserving only death and enslavement. So space Nazis.
Space Nazis, yes.
They marry and breed only among their limited number, and their leader, the Thane, is considered the most perfect of the race, his breeding jealously guarded. Okay, so they're space Nazis who inbreed? Okay.
Nice.
The universe shuddered for centuries at the coming of the Brethren. Worlds would pray to their gods for deliverance, but the gods did not hear. 5,000 years ago, the elder known as the Collector became intrigued by this race and added them to his collection. Such is his cosmic destiny, to pluck that which intrigues him from the universe. And he bagged and boarded them. And for 5,000 years, the universe lived with one less threat. But now the ever-adaptable Brethren have escaped their prison and are free once more. Across the stars, the ghosts of their victims cry out, and the universe weeps.
Yeah, foreboding.
Mm-hmm.
So, I have a stupid question.
There are no stupid questions, just stupid characters. What?
They're like Earth, the Whispered of Legends, because they beat Galactus, but they only beat Galactus like, what, a year or two ago in Marvel time?
And weren't they locked in their aquarium? How did they know about Galactus?
Thank you. That's where I was going with that.
unless the Collector was torturing them and like, hey guys, guess what happened in the universe today? You didn't see it.
So there, neener.
Yeah, seriously, how would they know about Galactus? I mean, supposedly they've been locked up for the last 5,000 years.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't make any sense, but whatever. We'll get them, right? We'll get them in the end.
Again, unless they... Is it possible they raided the Collector's computer files before they left the ship or something?
That's possible. You get a no prize, and you get a no prize.
Hey, it should have been like, hey, that's that Earth we were just reading about that defeated Galactus.
We should go take that over and kill everybody because we're space Nazis.
We you know what we should do? We should find something like that every time we review an issue. Be like, what was that? And then throw it out. Be like, Soshin, you want a no prize?
Explain this one.
But we kind of no prized it. So, but Soshin, if you can come up with a different theory, or anyone listening to this, yeah. So, anything else?
I don't know. Did we get to everything on the list at the beginning?
Well, like I said, we talked Guardians of the Galaxy. Quasar is going to be in the Guardians of the Galaxy Annual coming in June.
What was that? Was it Guardians of the Galaxy Annual 31? Was that the actual number?
I think it was a misprint because if you look further down, it says Guardians of the Galaxy Annual 1, which makes sense because they probably renumbered the series. So
yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I think it was a misprint. I think someone didn't hit the shift key because they probably meant to do, #1, but they did 31. Yeah.
Because there was only 4 of the 90s Guardians of the Galaxy annuals.
I know.
So I don't think there'd be...
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. Because I was like, wait a minute. I was like, there's no way in hell there was 31.
Get 31? I don't know.
I know they've had a lot of series since then, but
I don't think they've all had annuals though.
No.
But just looking down on my computer keyboard, the pound sign is on the 3 key. So I'm thinking somebody didn't hit that shift key good enough.
So we've got Quasar showing up in Guardians Annual.
That's the summertime, you said?
In June.
June.
Okay.
Yep. We've got new Avengers Endgame trailer, which we're not going to ruin for Matt. We've got Captain Marvel being a worldwide box office sensation, which is awesome.
And James Gunn coming back to direct Guardians of the Galaxy 3 and hopefully gives us Quasar.
Yes, that would be cool. Was there anything else?
Yeah. He's just writing the script for the Suicide Squad sequel, right? Or is he directing?
I thought he was directing it, but
I thought so.
Yeah.
I mean, we can look it up real quick, but
wow, so he would be doing back-to-back comic book movies for different companies.
So Suicide Squad 2, Guardians of the Galaxy 3. Who has a fourth movie coming out?
Yeah.
I searched and now I'm seeing his he's directing because that's one headline. James Gunn will still direct Suicide Squad 2 before Guardians 3.
Ooh, cool.
So yeah. So nice. Becoming valuable. He's working for Marvel and DC, yeah.
Yeah.
Remember, James Gunn, you have to have at least, why'd you say that name? Because no one, only my mother had the name Martha.
Sorry.
It's okay. It's okay. And Shazam's going to buy beer, so.
Yeah, exactly. Direct me to your alcohol. You've seen those trailers, haven't you, Matt?
Yeah. Yes.
Then, they drink and spit it out.
Yeah. You think they'll call him Captain Marvel in the?
I don't think. They're not even calling him Captain Marvel in the comic books now. So.
Yeah. Oh well.
Yeah.
I always liked the big red cheese. He was pretty awesome.
But now he can't say his name.
Exactly.
Because then he transforms.
Yep.
But yeah, yeah, I mean, hopefully it's good, but I guess we shall see.
I have hope.
But yeah, he can't say his name or he will transform back into a child. All right. So should we get out of here?
All right. I think I'm good.
All right. So join us next time for Avengers 335, the Collection Obsession Part 2. The Brethren make it to Earth. And everyone starts rumbling. More with the Collector. And we inch ever closer to May. Cosme
and Collision.
Yes. And Endgame. Yes. All right. So everyone send us your thoughts. capesoflunatics@gmail.com. Follow us on Facebook, facebook.com/QuantumZonePod, @QuantumZonePod on Twitter, and @CL Sidekicks. Follow CL Sidekicks on Instagram. And the voicemail, 614-382-2737. That's 614-38-CAPES. Give us a call. Make it more than a microsecond, please.
We will trace it.
All right. So, Will, where can people find you and your work?
You can find me at Walred. That's at WALLRED on Twitter and Gmail and I think Facebook and in lots of places. You can find my self-published book, Diary of Night, at diaryofnight.com. And, of course, you can always check out the Quantum Zone at quantumzone.org.
All right. And who else is here?
And I'm visiting nursing homes with that intention.
Nat Coda, that's right. Where can people find you?
Well, if you don't live in a nursing home, you can find me online at Matt Kona, MATTKONA. You can listen to the podcast on YouTube that Phil and I do about the Transformers comic books. Welcome to Cybertron. Greetings from Cybertron. And say hi. Let me know. I'm always up to chat. If you want to buy a 2008 Honda Civic, I have one of those I'm trying to sell. and I have Quantum Zone T-shirts. If you're a fan and you want to show it on your shoulders and torso, send me a message. Hit me up on Twitter and Instagram.
And if it'll seal the deal, Matt Kona will sign it all. He'll sign those shirts. He'll sign the Civic, whatever he wants.
I will. I might even throw in a Marvel team up with Quasar and Spider-Man.
Ooh, nice. Yeah. All right. But yeah, subscribe to the YouTube. I mean, we got lots of stuff on there. But if you're interested in Transformers, all the shows have their own playlist, so you can just go right to the Transformers playlist and watch every episode in order. Because we already did episode 1 and 2. Episode 3 we're going to be doing next with Spider-Man.
Yeah. And Matt got the issue.
Yes!
I did. I acquired it. I got it. You got it.
And also, you can go to YouTube and watch every episode of the Quantum Zone on it has its own playlist.
Yes.
Watch a year's worth of shows from the beginning.
Yeah. The new 52. The old 52.
Old 52.
So what's year 3 going to be? The new 52?
Yeah.
Rebirth. That's Rebirth.
Oh, nice.
Quantum Zone Rebirth.
But yeah, and also subscribe to the podcast, Capes and Lunatics and Capes and Lunatic Sidekicks. We've got a lot of good stuff coming up, including an upcoming special on the Peter David X Factor from the 90s and the Technocomics 1000 when it comes out.
Oh, yeah.
Cool.
And remember, join us here next week, everyone.
What about it? What about our theme?
Yeah, what about our theme?
It's not working.
To combat threats which no single hero can stand against, Earth's mightiest heroes.